பட்ஜெட் தொடர்பான விவாதத்தில் மாநிலங்களவையில் முன்னாள் நிதியமைச்சர் ப. சிதம்பரம் பேசி வருகிறார். நேரலை காட்சிகள்.
When will it arrive at the 4% target? Is inflation low? Is it stable? No. Is it moving towards the 4% target? No. If it is moving towards the 4% target, why has the RBI not revised downward the bank rate fixed in June 2023?
Yes.
This is the 13th month of a 6.5% bank rate. Bank rate is a good measure of where inflation is moving. If inflation is moving towards the 4% target, 4% is, the target is actually 4 plus or minus 2. It's not 4%. Assuming that 4% is the target, why is the RBI keeping the bank rate at 6.5% for the last 13 months? Why is the MPC, the Monetary Policy Committee, not willing to revise it downwards? And I think what the Chief Economic Advisor said in his economic survey is injury, and the Honorable Finance Minister dismissing the subject in 10 words is adding insult to injury. Inflation is a humiliating situation because every family is hit by inflation. I warn this government, you are taking inflation not so seriously. The last set of by-elections punished you. You will not agree. But I think the last set of by-elections were out of 13 seats, 10 seats were won by the India bloc. It's a punishment, a warning administered to you. And if you don't take inflation seriously, you will be punished more. If you want to suffer the punishment, you're welcome to suffer the punishment. And in this situation, you claim that the growth was last year 8.2%. And this year it will be 6.5% to 7%. I'm not going into the macroeconomic analysis. Some of my colleagues will do that. I ask you, how do you arrive at this growth rate? You take the nominal growth rate and apply a deflator and arrive at the GDP. Sir, the House and you must know that the deflator that they have adopted for the manufacturing sector for last year is 1.7. When wholesale inflation is 3.4, when CPI inflation is 5.1, food inflation is 9.4, how do you adopt a deflator of 1.7? In fact, I want the Honorable Finance Minister to tell us what is the deflator you have adopted for manufacturing industry, what is the deflator you have adopted for industry and for agriculture, and what is the deflator you have adopted for services. Nominal growth is measurable, but your GDP in real terms is simply by adopting a deflator. And if you adopt a deflator, which several knowledgeable economists and experts throughout the world have severely criticized for the last 3 or 4 years, you will arrive at this rosy picture. You will adopt a deflator less than 1.7, you would not have arrived at 8.2, you would have arrived at 9.2. You adopt a deflator of 0.5, you will even cross 10%. So please tell us, what is the deflators you are adopting? Why are you adopting? And tell us what is the nominal growth rate and how do you arrive at these growth rates? These growth rates cannot be seen, but these growth rates can be felt by the people. Please, anyone moving around the people will know. The growth rate can be felt by the people. When there is impressive growth, when there is more goods and services, when prices are affordable, when there is money floating around in the market, when your pockets are jingling with coins or currency notes, you get the feeling that things are going all right in this country. Do you get that feeling? I travel at least 500,000 kilometers every month by road. I don't get that feeling. Does any honorable member from his constituency or state get the feeling that the people tell him things are very good, please go and tell the Prime Minister in Delhi things are very good, we are very happy? Does anyone get that feeling? Nobody. Sir, the third subject is wages. Now this is a serious matter. The Honorable Finance Minister said, I have given relief. Who has she given relief to? I don't grudge the relief. She has given relief. But who? In 22-23, the last figure I was able to access, the number of taxpayers is 7.4 crore. It may have increased to 8.5 crore. Out of that, 65% have zero tax liability. They file a return, but no tax. Assuming that the 60% remains constant, of say 8 crore or 9 crore taxpayers today, 5.5 to 6 crore will be zero tax liability. You have given relief to people who move to the new tax regime. The new tax regime, I've seen various calculations. Each paper has got a calculation. I have a chartered accountant who's given me a calculation from Gujarat, and he is very knowledgeable. He says that the relief given is between 9,651 rupees to 17,651 rupees. To whom? To this 2 to 3 crore people. India does not consist only of these 2 to 3 crore people. There are 142 crore in this country. Out of 142 crore, let's assume you have given relief to 2 to 3 crore people. What about the rest? Do you know the conditions of the rest? Your household consumption expenditure survey of the government of India counted that the bottom 50% have 3% of the national wealth, 13% of the national income, and the monthly consumption in rural areas of the family is 3,094 rupees. Multiplied by 12, you will arrive at about 37,000 rupees a year. In urban areas, it's 4,963 rupees. Multiplied by 12, you get 60,000 rupees. So we have 50% of the population, monthly consumption expenditure, 50% is 71 crore, have a monthly consumption expenditure of between 36,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees. Are they rich or poor? This is the bottom 50, below the median. You go down to the bottom 20, go down to the bottom 10, they are even poorer. What is the relief for them? And the Niti Aayog chief executive officer says India has virtually abolished poverty. Poverty cannot be more than 5%. Poverty cannot be more than 5% when you're talking.
பட்ஜெட் மீதான விவாதத்தில் மாநிலங்களவையில் முன்னாள் நிதியமைச்சர் ப சிதம்பரம் பேசி வருகிறார். பட்ஜெட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பல்வேறு குறைகளை சுட்டிக்காட்டி சிதம்பரம் உரையாற்றி வருகிறார். இது தொடர்பான விவரங்களை பின்னர் வரும் தொகுப்புகளில் பார்க்கலாம்.